My name is Emily Reynolds, and everything changed the day the will was read. 6 months ago, I was scraping by, working weekends in a coffee shop and fixing up old cars in my grandfather's garage whenever I could. I never imagined he would leave me anything, let alone everything. But when the lawyer opened the envelope, there it was in black and white. Grandpa Jack had left me the entire garage, his house, and over $2 million in investments. Not my mother, not my uncle, me. The room went silent. Then it exploded. Accusations. Tears. My uncle stormed out. My mother looked like she'd swallowed a nail. Her face twisted into something I didn't recognize. Part fury, part betrayal. My cousin Laura just stared at the floor, blinking rapidly, like if she didn't move, she'd disappear from the scene altogether. I wanted to speak, but I couldn't even breathe. Jack had always been more than a grandfather to me. He was my compass, my mentor, the one who never judged me when I dropped out of college, who handed me a wrench instead of a lecture. We spent more time together in that shop than I ever did at home. He taught me everything, not just about engines, but about life, integrity, grit, loyalty. Still, I didn't think he'd leave me this. That night, I stayed at the shop. I couldn't bear to be in the house with my mother. The air was heavy with resentment, the kind that lingers in the walls. Instead, I curled up on the creaky cot in the garage office, surrounded by the smell of motor oil and old metal, the smell of comfort. After the funeral, I moved into the garage apartment. It was cramped and drafty, but it felt more like home than anywhere else I'd lived. I kept everything running as best I could. Old customers still came around, mostly out of respect for Jack, but I could tell they were watching, wondering if I'd last. Some of them offered help, some offered advice I didn't ask for. One even offered to buy me out. I politely declined. I wasn't ready to give up on the only real place that ever made me feel whole. But I wasn't going anywhere. It was hard, though. Grief isn't clean. It doesn't follow rules. Some days I felt strong, capable, like I was exactly where I was meant to be. Other days, I'd break down just changing the oil on an old Chevy, remembering how Jack used to hum while he worked. I kept his radio station playing in the background, an oldies channel he swore kept the tools working better. One night, I found myself talking to him out loud, asking what to do about the leaking roof, the tax notices, the feeling that I was playing pretend. Then, one afternoon, a letter arrived. No return address, just my name and a message. There are things about Jack Reynolds you don't know. You deserve to know them before others decide for you. I thought it was a prank, or maybe a scam. The kind of thing people do when they smell money. But then, the very next day, a man came to the garage. He looked like he belonged in a different decade. Worn jeans, a navy jacket faded from sun and salt, a weathered face that had seen too much. He said his name was Marcus Leland, that he served with Grandpa in the Navy, that he had something I needed to see. He didn't ask for money, didn't even ask to come inside. He just pulled a worn leather journal from his coat and handed it to me. "Jack wanted you to have this when the time was right," he said, "and I think you'll know what that means." Then he left. I took the journal upstairs and sat on the edge of my bed. The cover was cracked. The pages smelled like dust and diesel, but the handwriting was unmistakable. Grandpa Jack. Dozens of pages. Stories, notes, memories, regrets, things I'd never heard him say out loud. One page described a trip to the Pacific he always said was just a training op, but the way he wrote about it, something had gone very wrong. Another page was about my mother, their rocky relationship, how she never understood his obsession with legacy and responsibility. And one line that changed everything. I should have told her, should have told them, but I was afraid. I don't even know if she knows I'm her daughter. Her. It hit me like a punch to the ribs. He wasn't talking about my mother. That's when I realized I wasn't the only one Jack left behind.